Welcome back into another beer review with yours truly, Nutmeg Two Ball and Beno, coming to you as always from my Midland studio down in South Carolina. This one, it's a little bit of a funny story to it. Last year, as I was conversing back and forth to Connecticut to sell my house and move down here, reset my life, so to speak, I passed through a Sheetz. I believe it was a Sheetz, and some of them have beer coolers in them. So this has been chilling for a little while, and this was in one of the Sheetz in Virginia. So of course, you would think there would be, if there was any craft presence at all in that situation, they would be mostly from Virginia-based breweries, and that is what this is. This is from Devil's Backbone Brewing Company. Very bright yellow can, called Loved by the Sun, and there's two individuals on the front, kind of with wakeboard or paddleboard, whatever those may be. It's a peach mango beer, sun activated color changing cans. Well, when we go outside to pop it, I might have to test that. I'll leave it out in the sun for a minute, I guess, after it's been poured, of course. This checks in at 4.5 alcohol by volume. Its color is described as honey. The tasting notes are fresh, fun, and fruity. Ironically enough, Devil's Backbone is in Lexington, Virginia, and here I am in Lexington, South Carolina. So funny. Maybe that was a sign of things to come, and I didn't even realize it. This is also, although it does not say it right on the front, on the side it does contain wheat, so it is a wheat beer. So peach and mango, you would think, go quite well in a wheat beer, however you prefer to say it. So without further ado, let's find out what this can's about in the sun and crack it open. Well, as you can see, the head dissipated very quickly. There's almost none of it left. You can very clearly see my fingers through the beer. Not too much detail, but very distinct lines of human appendages coming through there. I can tell you right now, I don't even need to necessarily stick my nose in this to tell you that the mango is extremely overpowering. But due to tradition, I'll go ahead and sniff it anyway. Yeah, it's a little bit, it's going full in. You get a little bit of the peach too, more so. So maybe peach and mango are just things that are so close to each other that depending on how close you are into the source, it may give off a different essence in one way or the other. Because when I popped this and when I poured it, I got blasted with a very mango type of aromatic approach. But I'm sucking this up through my nostrils and it is very, very peachy. Like a very pure peach. So, and you know what's funny? This variety pack that this was in, I really was not a fan of pretty much all the other beers in it. So I don't know if I just kind of was saving this because I thought this might be the best one, and you know what? So far, so good. Maybe it will be. Let's take a sip. A little weird in there. You know, I would like to try this fresh, and nobody's fault but my own for letting it sit as long as I did, but it's got a little bit of like the fruitiness is past in the flavor. Got a little bit of a funkiness to it, and maybe, but you know, they also say cans are the great equalizer, so, and it's certainly not been a year yet, so maybe that's just the natural taste of the beer. I don't know. But in any event, the flavor certainly was not what I was expecting off the aroma. I was expecting a very bright, juicy type of refreshing flavor, especially in these hotter summer months as we go along. Although I will say that maybe I'm getting a bit of the honey. It's a bit of a stronger. It's a bit of a stronger flavor. So maybe the honey interacts a different way with the peach and the mango that that your taste palates, or at least mine, might want it to actually taste like. Yeah, maybe it's really more of the mango flavor, whereas the aroma was so peach, so strong, so just right there in your face. The flavor's got a bit more of that mango-ness, and I definitely would like to compare it to a fresh one to see if it was solely on me, or that's just the way the beer is. Because as I said, there was a Vienna lager in the variety pack, which I love Vienna lagers, and I was not a fan of that beer. There was IPA in it that was that malty, bitter type of IPA, which I was not a fan of. And I think that may have been, I think it might have just been a 3-beer variety pack. And so, like this one, I won't give it a failing grade because the aroma was quite intoxicating, but it's definitely better than the other two, but it's got a ways to go. So, I don't know, maybe Devil's Backbone, I won't say anything disparaging about you, but maybe step the game up a little bit, because I had a certain idea in my head of what this was going to taste like based off what I smelled, and it did not exactly live up to that. So we'll just say that. If you want more from me, go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell, tell all your friends about it. That bell, by the way, is how you know when my videos come straight to you, when they drop on your phone, tablet, mobile device, computer, whatever the case may be, however you watch these videos of myself and my fellow beer YouTubers. If you want to recommend a beer to me, or maybe even send me a beer, get in my inbox, email me, nutmeg2palmetto@gmail.com. We'll chat it up, we'll figure out the particulars, get a nice little exchange going. Anyway, if this isn't enough of me for you, go ahead and follow me on my social media channels, TikTok or Instagram, @nutmeg2palmetto. Follow all my antics around. I have a nice little fun and little creative outlet that I've put forth for the people to consume and whatnot. Social media is not your thing. It's definitely not for everybody. It can definitely be a little overwhelming. Go ahead and subscribe, download to the Upstate Beer Boys podcast. We are available on all your major listening platforms. Stephen Wayne and I travel all around South Carolina. We venture into North Carolina a little bit, venture into Georgia a little bit, but mostly South Carolina. And we get the stories out there, the breweries and tap rooms, and add a little bit extra humanity to this fun little hobby that we've got going with craft beer that the world and country has very much embraced. And, it's nice to put a little bit of an extra human element behind this little pastime that we have there. In any event, I'm talked enough. So I'm going to take one more sip. And say cheers, and I'll see you next time.